Hey, Timothy, the astrologer here. I want to talk a lot about Hermetic, the supposed teachings of Hermes, also called Thoth or Thoth, something like that. I've heard several pronunciations of it, but also alluded to be the chief god of Egypt, or at least one of the biggies there, and is reported to have brought astrology to the human race. The only reference that I have to Hermetic is through personal teaching that I received from teachers in person and from the writings of C.C. Zane is the pen name for Albert Benjamin, and he wrote the 21 lessons for the Brotherhood of Light, which is a Hermetic order. And this Hermetic order has perpetuated this knowledge through culture and climate and area over centuries in its purest form, because it speaks in the Hermetic language of astrology and tarot. The tarot cards are a mirror of astrology. In fact, in the Hermetic practice, we use these two, astrology and tarot, as a single diagnostic agent. In Hermetic, we view this reality in an entirely unique perspective. We think, yes we do, that from this reality that we have actual knowledge of the next reality that follows when we shed this physical body, and we call that the astral self. And then we even think that when we shed that body and that form, that we will inhabit the etheric body that we've already constructed from the astral form, which we are constructing now from our physical form. And beyond that, when we shed that etheric form, we will then inhabit the akashic form. Now, that's what we think we know from here is about just the very basic nature about that. We know a lot about the astral realm, the next realm, when we are asleep and dreaming. We are in the astral body and we are inhabiting that astral body. In Hermetic, we refer to sleep as the little death, and we describe it as life without living and death without dying, because when you're asleep and dreaming, that's exactly what it's going to be like to be dead. At least that's what we think from here. We'd be thinking. So this ability to determine our nature and this astral and etheric nature, we use astrology and the esoteric or hidden language of astrology. Contained in the hidden language of astrology is a complete description of the purpose, nature, and functions of consciousness. Did you hear that? Yeah, intense, profound, in the hidden language of astrology. In Hermetic, there is the science of vibration. Science of vibration, don't that sound hot? Yes, indeed. And in this science of vibration. It is only in the language of astrology that words that describe these finer energies appear. In no other language are these words found, except in the language of astrology. So, I want to teach you the language not only of astrology, but also, and more particularly as the basis of it, the Hermetic tarot cards. Now, tarot cards are a very, very interesting thing. From the ancient Egyptian, from which they came, tar means path, and ro means royal. So what we have is the royal path. And the origin of these cards antiquates civilization. We don't know exactly where they did come from. We think that Hermes brought astrology. So we're kind of assuming here that maybe the boy threw in tarot as well. We're hoping. In any case, they are here now, in the present form that they are available in now, and they function in the now. Incredible and amazing as it is. The depth of this consciousness and the magic of this reality are unequaled in any imagination anywhere. When you bite an apple and you think that a tree made that out of dirt and water, and you think of the magic of that you can perceive it. Yes, indeed. The 7 principles upon which all Hermetics is based are the 7 laws of Hermes, the 7 Hermetic principles. The first and foremost of them is the principle of mentalism. And what that is talking about is that this is a reality of perception. Yes, indeed, perception. And it only exists because of our ability to perceive it. That's why we have form, because we cannot perceive without form. Cannot. According to the laws that I understand, that's why we have to have bodies, because we cannot perceive without form, in one form or another. And this ability to perceive is incredible. When you think, just think of the oceans on this planet. How many gallons of water are in all of the oceans and all of the seas and all of the lakes and all of the rivers and all of the glaciers on this planet? How much do you think? Whew. And how many things live in all that water? Can you imagine all of the things that live in all of that water? And can you imagine all of the insects and animals that inhabit all of the rainforests all across South America and Africa and Asia? And how about all of the critters across Africa, the Serengeti, all across Canada, Alaska, Siberia? Think of the 7 billion human beings that are alive on this planet right now, and think that each and every one of these individuals is having their own unique experience. 10,000 sardines, every one of them having their own unique experience. Look for a moment and imagine the amount of experience that's being had on this planet at this moment. Now there is God magic. I don't know what a God is. I don't have any idea of a concept. I don't think it's a being. I can't even imagine that. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I know God magic when I see it, though, brother. And this whole reality and our ability to perceive it. That be God magic, in my estimation, for sure and positive. So, according to Hermes, through the language of astrology and tarot, are messages about us. It's, according to them, the handbook, the owner's manual that comes with this consciousness. Why it's here and what we're doing and where we're going. And one of the most profound descriptions that I heard, after only 50 years of investigation, I heard, we are transiting through matter. Can you imagine that? We are energy beings transiting through matter. Now I ask you, is that incredible or is that amazing? Or is that the most wondrous thing you've ever heard? It's incredible. And in Hermetic, we propose to understand that. We purport to say, we got that. We're on it. And here, I'm going to talk to you about it. I want to take up about 3 hours of this dialogue in it like this, like 20-minute segments, and give you some basics, because I want to teach you the language of astrology and tarot, starting with tarot, interweaving astrology with it, to give you a more in-depth of the Hermetic description of this reality and what we're doing here. So with that in mind, stay tuned.